When you take on a character, you learn more about yourself as well. Elle is a wonderful, wonderful character to learn from. Reese did such an amazing job with her, and I just want to do her justice.
The day on set.
What's today's date? That's a great question.
I couldn't tell you. Already failed question 1.
June 26th, I think.
It could be any day.
Time has lost all meaning.
May the 37th was
29?
No.
How many days are in June?
I don't know. I think we've been here 8 years.
It's June 26th, 2025.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. 106, not to be confused with episode 106, but season 1, episode 6.
The episode that we're filming today is an homage to one of our favorite movies, The Breakfast Club.
It's the first time that all of the cast really gets to interact with one another.
We are all in detention.
So we're in the library. It's just the 5 of us. It's lots of fun. We're on a mission. A heist mission.
A heist,
of
if
sorts,
you will.
Our principal is dastardly and up to no good. And so we're trying to get some pictures from his office of some receipts to make sure, if things are adding up for the school budget. For you.
Thank you.
It's way cooler than it sounds.
Trying to get to the bottom of some corruption in the school, as all high schoolers do.
Every day I'm pinching myself and I am so grateful.
One of the most important things to us was being true to Legally Blonde. To the movies, to Elle, there are so many elements of her character that we see in the movie. She is honest, she is smart, she is funny, she is underestimated. All of those qualities are transferred into this series.
We've had a lot of conversations about the world of Elle as a teenager. The conversation we've had from the very beginning was how much of it is the movie, how much of it is a different thing.
I'm assuming that you've put together some 5-point plan to allow us to dominate 11th grade.
No. It's a 3-point plan.
What is the appropriate balance for us to strike?
What, like it's hard?
You're gonna have people who have a relationship with the original film. You're gonna have people who have an appreciation for the young adult aspect of it now. And you also get this interesting opportunity to have commentary on that time period.
I don't get it. I think it's feminism.
Yeah, that's very in right now.
The perspective of now applied to that gives a lot of layers and depth.
Playing Elle Woods' mom has been such an unbelievable experience because I am a part of the generation of women who saw Legally Blonde at such an formative and important time in my life. And it really reshaped how I thought I could be in the world. And I know for so many women, that idea of being hyper feminine usually meant we weren't smart, had nothing to offer, and weren't taken seriously. And Legally Blonde really was a part of changing that cultural conversation.
Excuse you, you're in my way.
To play a part of Elle's life, it's just been really cool.
I'm faking my own death. Look how dead I look.
It's too bad. They had a gift for you, but I guess I'll have to give it to someone who's alive.
Does it rhyme with Versace?
Even better.
When you take on a character, you learn more about yourself as well. Elle is a wonderful, wonderful character to learn from. Since she's such an iconic character, there's a lot of expectations to how she is, and of course Reese did such an amazing job with her, and I just want to do her justice. Every day I'm just thinking about what I can do better and how can I bring the duality that Elle has, which she's such a sweet, loving, caring person, but she's also fierce and stands up for herself, and she's funny and she's smart, and I just remind myself every day about all these things. I want to make sure that none of it slips through the cracks.
Our North Star is what is the opposite of our teenage experience, just because Elle is so different innately than both of our personalities. So we love surrounding her with people like we were as kids, and that makes her a true fish out of water because we did not have a friend like Elle.
No, we did not have a friend like Elle.
Up until this point, she was a Bel Air high schooler. Her dad botches a nose job, and they have to lie low in Seattle. So they make a movement there. It's 1995, so the grunge movement is full force, and she is a pink fish out of a very dark pool of water.
For the last 5 episodes, our characters have developed a relationship with Elle. We all have relationships to each other.
Kind of in the way that you do when you're kind of in high school and there are people who've just been kind of around your whole life. Elle's kind of a fish out of water in this situation and doesn't really know which way's up, but then she's simultaneously kind of throwing a bomb into all of our lives, and so it's kind of shifting everything, and it's forcing some people together who possibly might not have hung out so much previously.
The first couple of episodes, you see her navigating her way for the first time, not fitting in, and the way that she's lived her life is not working at all because the people are very different.
Did no one ever tell you that we don't do posers here? Seattle isn't a costume.
Kimberly is not the biggest fan of Elle. You know, I think Elle represents change for Kimberly, and that's something that she's currently in a state of avoiding, you know, for herself. Anyone that comes in that's trying to disrupt her status quo is threat number one, you know? So, enemy number one.
What's that?
Zine.
Oh, like a magazine. I have 2 subscriptions to Cosmo. One for my archives and one I can crease.
I would say Liz is, you know, when her and Elle first meet, they kind of couldn't really be more different.
I'm Elle. I like iced coffee the month of July, and when people dress kind of Tennessee, even if they don't play tennis.
Whereas I'd say Kimberly's a little more like takes it as suspicion. Liz is kind of interested in it, and she's a little bit amused by it, and she really is sort of one of the only people who I think really like gives Elle a chance in the beginning because she has a lot of respect for people who do their own thing. They become really, really good friends. I would say best friends, in fact.
Dustin's relationship with Elle starts off feeling a little bit adversarial, and I think some of that comes from the fact that they clash on a lot of things, both kind of just on an aesthetic level. They come from completely different worlds, but also that, and I think she's always come from a world where she can kind of trust adults to do the right thing, and everything's kind of sunny and bright, whereas Dustin significantly less so. And I think over the course of the show they start to kind of, in spite of themselves, build a certain admiration for each other because they do have a lot in common, especially in their drive and their passion.
Miles is the first person here to be really kind to her and, you know, kind of look out for her, show her the ropes in some ways. They become friends very quickly, and then it borders on the romantic really quickly, and it gets complicated, yeah.
Being in the world of the 90s is like one of my favorite parts of this entire show. I think that both of us are getting to dig deep into our own high school experiences and like pop culture references and that
like
whole
a cozy
world.
blanket.
I mean, living in the world of 1995 has been fantastic. I'm assuming living in the world of 1995 from now was significantly better than it was living through in real time. Now we can just...
It's been so much fun going back to the 90s. I remember them well.
It's better music, better clothes.
If you couldn't tell by my monochrome outfit down to the flip-flops, I would say very 90s inspired, a little shoulder action going on. There's a lot of heels. I feel like that's been one thing that I've had to get used to, but also really gets me into character.
No internet, well, less internet.
Well, less internet,
Yeah, less
yeah.
internet, no phones, that's fantastic.
It's been fun to have these references with these young kids who they don't understand the references.
We have a trapper keeper, which I thought was fun, a caboodle, which is as handy as it is fun to say. The phones, that was actually a challenge for me because I was doing it wrong in the beginning. I didn't realize you had to hold buttons down and stuff. I love the long antenna. I kind of want to bring it back. There's a lot of different things that the younger cast and I have had fun exploring because none of us are bored of the 90s.
This is a very kind of female-led creative team, and I have absolutely loved that. I'm really excited for a show where moms can watch with their daughters. I think both women my age who saw this at a formative time and young people who are gonna be watching Lexi's unbelievable performance to see how Elle became who Elle is going to be fascinating.
I'm excited for people to see what a goof she is because I feel like she's a little bit less perfect than she is in the movie because, you know, in our teenage years, we're all learning who we are and we're making mistakes, and I think it's gonna be really fun for people to see how she doesn't always get it right the first time, which I can relate to.
I also think there's something to be said right now. I've felt this just making the show, of dipping into just pure joy. Escapism gets a bad rap because I think really what people need right now is to go in and get that jolt of joy and positivity and then come back out and do their thing, but we need to be filled up. And boy, I think this show is gonna do just that. It's like drinking a pink slushie.
I'm really excited for people to tune in and see our show. I think it really captures a huge theme from the movie, which is just being true to yourself and believing in yourself and believing in others. And that's something that I think, a message that's always really important.
High school is a interesting time. Thanks for spending the day with me on Elle.
I think we gotta get back to set now.
Pretty sure they're calling us over. There's nothing in my ear. There's nothing going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you later.